Hello everyone, doing a tutorial today on how to record using Fraps and Sony Vegas together to put a video on YouTube to get in 1080p HD so that you can have a nice crystal clear video quality onto YouTube from, say, like a game that you're playing on the computer or something. Alright, so first thing you're going to want to do is open up Fraps, a program that you can download off fraps.com or whatever little method you want to use to download it. And go to General, and you don't really need to select anything in here. Actually, FPS is all fine. Make sure you have hide overlay selected, otherwise it'll have a little yellow number at the top left corner showing you your frames per second in the recording. So make sure you have hide overlay selected and not overlay corner or anything. Hide overlay. Then you go to movies, and this is where you're going to do like the most work that you need to. So make sure you have your video capture settings set to 60 frames per second. Otherwise, if you don't do that, your game is going to be laggy, it's going to be under 30 frames per second, and you're not going to be able to play it properly. So make sure you have it set to 60 frames per second and have the video settings set to full size, otherwise you're going to get half the video. Video capture key, that's like a capture button that you press while you're playing to like start recording and stuff. So say you're playing like, I don't know, Alien vs Predator the game or something. You click F9 to start recording and then F9 to stop. You could change that any way you want. You could set it to control, you could set it to alt, you can do shift, it doesn't matter. I have mine set to F9 personally because that's the easiest to use. You don't have to do anything here, just make sure it's set to 30 and don't tick that. Tick record Windows 7 sound or whatever operating system you're using, such as Windows XP, Windows Vista, etc. And set this to stereo, and then if you want to record your mic or whatever microphone you have, you can click record external input, and I have microphone Yeti stereo microphone selected, and you can click only capture while pushing shift. So this is like a push to talk feature where you can like set it to space, shift, caps lock, tab. I wouldn't do a caps lock, but you know. Alright, so I keep that unchecked because I use a different program called Audacity. You can download it for free off audacity.com. I'll put the link in my description below. It's basically the easiest to use only because you can drag that into Sony Vegas and change the audio settings with the video so that your audio can be louder than your video if you're trying to do commentary or something. And Fraps doesn't work like that. So yeah. And as for the last thing in Fraps, folder to save movies in, you can change that, set it to whatever your videos save in, whatever folder you want them to. So if you want to save it in My Documents, you select My Documents and then select the folder. Easier said than done. Well, actually, no, that's easier done than said. Alright, so we'll close that. We'll open up Sony Vegas now. And here's where you're going to want to do the most stuff that you need to do. So you go to File, go to New. Make sure you have all these settings selected. Width 1920, height 1080, field order none, progressive scan, pixel aspect ratio 1.000 square, output rotation 0 original, frame rate 30.00, so you're just going to have to type that in. The reason why the frame rate is lower in Sony Vegas is because it literally makes no difference compared to rendering in 60 frames per second. I know you're recorded in 60 frames per second, but if you render in 30, the file size is going to be smaller and your video is going to be much clearer. So do that. Stereoscopic 3D mode is off. Pixel format is 8-bit. Full resolution rendering quality set to best. Don't select good, preview, or draft, because if you do, then the video is going to be shit. Motion blur type, Gaussian. Only Gaussian. Deinterlace method, none. And if you want to start all new projects with these settings, then tick that. That way every time you click File New, then you can have this as your settings for 1080p resolution. Alright, next you go to Audio. Make sure Master Bus Mode is set to stereo. Number of stereo buses 0. Sample rate 44,100. The reason we do that is to make the file size smaller yet again, because literally if you do it 48,000, which is the default setting that it should be on, it's going to be much bigger in size and it's not going to make a difference in your audio quality. Bit depth is 16, resample and stretch quality. You just leave that on good. It really doesn't matter for audio. You can set it to best, whatever. I'm going to leave it on good. Alright, ruler, you don't have to do anything here. Make sure it's set to this just in case. Summary, you can enter your title for the video like GTA 4, Killing Spree, or whatever you want to put, you know, it doesn't matter. Or fried chicken, catastrophe, whatever. Okay, enough of that. We go to audio CD and nothing needs to be changed there. And basically, once all that's done, you click OK. And then you go to File, Import. This is how you change, or this is how you bring in the media that you recorded from Fraps. Go to Import, go to Media, and then select the media you want to import. So I'm going to select this, which is a video I recorded just recently, as an example for both my quality on video and for this video to show you guys a tutorial on how to do it. And what I just selected before here, let me do that again. I'm not sure if it's going to pop up. Yeah, do you want to set your project video settings to match this media? I click no, just because I don't want to change any of the settings. And you're going to want to click no too. Okay, so I'm going to shorten this up just a tad so that it's better for the video, like shown as an example, a short example. You can do this at any length. I do 17-minute videos with all these settings. So we're going to have it about 10 seconds long. That's good. Okay, so we got our video right there, and as you can see, it's a little plain. There's not too much emphasis, not too much pizzazz to the video. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to go to Properties. You just right click, go down to Properties, and then click Disable Resample. Basically what that does is it gets rid of all the blur, and the video is just 20 times longer if you leave that Smart Resample on. Like, it renders for 20 times longer. Okay, a render that can take an hour with Smart Resample on, it can take 4 hours and the video looks crappier. So make sure you have Disable Resample selected and click OK. And then you're going to want to go to, if you want to add like effects and stuff and make it look better. Personally, I do that. Go to Video FX, and this little thing will pop up. Either that, or it's down here in this little section of your Sony Vegas. And first thing you're going to want to do is go down to Sharpen and select Default or Reset to None, whichever option it is, because on Vegas 11 it's Reset to None, on Vegas 12 it's Default. Drag that down and let that load, and you're going to want to type in 0.100. That will make the video look a little bit better, the quality will look nicer, everything will be good. You click X both of those things off. Well, not this one, keep this up. You're going to want to go up to Color Corrector, drag in Default or Reset to None again. Drag the little red section in the lows just a tiny bit up. And go down, drag the blue, or this little section into the blue just a tiny bit. You're going to want to type in 1.2 as saturation. Then you're going to go to Custom and change nothing there actually. So we're going to X that off, go to Color Corrector Secondary, drag in Default or Reset to None again, go to Custom, and either drag this up to a little bit to the red or a little bit down to the blue, depending on what color scheme you want. So if you want the video to look a little bit more cool, you drag it down the blue. If you want it to look a little more warm, you drag it up to the red, just a tiny bit though. And the reason for that is, like, if you're playing a game such as, I don't know, Gears of War, and the overall setting is a little bit darker, a little bit gorier, a little bit redder, then you drag that up to the red just a tiny bit to add emphasis to all the colors. If you're playing like a game like, let's say Kingdom Hearts, and you're on the Finding Mermaid or Little Mermaid level, then you drag this down to the blue section and add emphasis to the blue a little more. Because if you're playing in like a Little Mermaid land or something and you drag it up to the red, it's not going to look as good. So I'm going to drag this up to the red just because this whole scene is a little bit on the redder side of the tint. You X that off, and we got our video fully completed, and we're going to have to go to File, Render As. And we'll let that load for a second. Alright, now we have our rendering rendering options selected, and what we do from here is you select WMV. You could do this on Sony Vegas 12 or 11, just go to WMV, and then you select, you can really select any of these. Like, I would suggest 1080p or 1080 30p video, 8 Mbps, and I'm going to open up my HD settings tab so that way you guys can see what settings you set it to. Alright, so under audio, you click include audio. Make sure you have that selected, otherwise you're not going to have audio. Mode CBR. Format Windows Media Audio 9.2. attributes 192 kbps 44 kilohertz stereo AV CBR. That one's like halfway down right here. So then once that is done, we go over to video, quality VBR, Windows Media 9 is what we select, image size is custom, set it to 1920 by 1080, pixel aspect ratio 1.000 square, frame rate 30, seconds per keyframe 5, and then quality 86%. I know that sounds crazy, but 100% has literally no difference between 86 and 100. It's basically the same exact quality visual. You could set it to 100 if you want. The rendering time is just going to be longer, so I have it set to 86 because that's the lowest you can go without there being a quality difference. So set that to 86. Bitrate, you don't have to change any of that. Index, all that, you don't have to change that. And project, use project settings, and default. You click OK. That changed because I'm not sure why it changed, because I think I just edited it a little bit. But you go to HD settings and you save that template as your own, and then you go to render and you click that, and the video will render itself out, and we'll give that a few seconds to render. So you see like a 10-second clip is going by pretty smoothly, pretty fast, and if you don't think this is fast, then you're crazy, because Sony Vegas has really long render times, and that's just what comes with rendering a video for YouTube and stuff like that. But yeah, that's what I do basically. This is what I do for all my videos on Fraps. I will make a second video for using the Hapog HD PVR and recording the Xbox 360 or the PlayStation 3, because that video would come in handy to a lot of people. I know it did for me when I was searching for videos on how to make like really good recordings on HD PVR. I use 720p personally for the HD PVR and 1080p for PC games, only because the HD PVR has better quality when it's under 720p and PC has better quality when it's under 1080. I don't know why that is, and I'm really not sure. So we're just gonna leave it at that. And now the rendering should be just about finished, and we're gonna wait for that to finish up just a few more seconds. It's at 100%, and then we close this. We can minimize that. We can go to our video now. So let's go to libraries, documents. Oh wait, videos. Okay, go to gaming. And what did we save it as? You know what? I think this is saved under my documents. Here, let me check real quick. Render as. Oh, it's under episode 4. Okay, so we gotta go in that folder, which is a future episode I'm making for my gaming Let's Play coming up on GTA 4. So episode 4, and here we are, untitled. So we'll open that with QuickTime and we'll take a look at what it looks like. Sorry about that. My VLC media player tends to do that constantly. It just like has a black screen. It's just a little bit of a bug with VLC. There we go. The video quality is nice and smooth. We can go full screen with it too. And it just looks beautiful. It looks nice. And that's all you do for that. And then if you want to upload it to YouTube, you pull open a tab. You go to youtube.com, of course. And then you go to upload, which is in the upper corner right here. And then you select file to upload, and you go down to whatever it is you want to upload. So I'll upload my untitled one. Open. And you can see it's uploading now, and you just change the title to what you want, the description to what you want, add some tags and make it look all nice, and it will be in HD, and that's all you really have to do. I'm going to cancel this because I don't want this uploaded. Alright, so that's literally all there is to it. That's Sony Vegas and Fraps, how to use it, and that's how to do 1080p quality. I'm glad you guys watched. I hope you enjoyed and learned something today, and I really hope that you guys will subscribe. Shout out to my boy Soapy Micro. He's the one who made the backing track for this tutorial, and he's a really good guy. You should check out his music on SoundCloud. I'll link in the description below. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Be sure to subscribe, like the video, comment on the video, go check out some of my other videos. I have a Let's Play going right now for Grand Theft Auto 4. Yeah, so I will see you guys later. Take it easy.